Welcome to this week's Coach's Corner, and our Coach's Corner feature this week will feature the athletic department at Ponca City High School. We've got our Assistant Athletic Director, Rob Frey, who also serves in many other capacities, including one of the ninth grade football coaches, and he also is a father to Trent, who plays on the high school football team. Busy time of year for you, Coach.
Oh, it's a great time of year. I mean, it's been about 3-4 years since I've been doing this, and this is the best time of year for me. I mean, you get school started, you get to see everybody, and then football and softball and volleyball, cross country's all going. So I mean, the kids are running around, and we're running around lost half the time, and it's super.
When Chris Walker took over 3 years ago, you became the assistant athletic director, which does have a lot of roles. And you mentioned that part of that is going to a lot of other sporting events that, quite honestly, when you were our head football coach and our offensive coordinator, you couldn't go to see those kids play.
Right, I couldn't. And now Chris has got me in charge of junior high, and so Friday night we got done with freshman football practice, and then I moseyed on over to 8th grade softball, 7th and 8th grade softball, and spent some time there and got to watch the kids play. And of course, those kids don't have a clue who I am as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they played, but they didn't play very well the first game. The second game they come back and they ran into a tough old opponent with, I think it was Perry they were playing. So they'll do it again tonight and tomorrow night.
They will meet Mr. Frey, though, as there's not many athletes that come through those offices over there that don't reach their head into you. I'm sure that includes current athletes and guys that you coached as well. It's a pretty good list, isn't it?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, I've been here, I think this is their 16th year, and the kids come in, I miss with them, and that's what it's all about. I mean, they go out there and bust their tail ends out there on the field or the court or wherever they are, and just talk to them. I mean, they're out there having fun, and those are your better, the band kids, all the extracurricular activity students those are the ones you don't have any trouble with, because everyone's doing the homework at 1 o'clock in the morning on a bus coming home and trying to stay eligible and all that. So great kids, great community, great fun.
Coach Frey was an assistant coach on our staff, high school staff, for many years, and then of course Rob was our head football coach for several years, and then took a step back, became the assistant athletic director. But Coach, you also decided that you wanted to stay in coaching, and it's not common, I think, for probably guys that have head coaching high school experience to go back and to go into the junior highs, but that was your choice.
Yeah, it was, Phil. It was my choice to get back, and it's fun right now because you go back with those young kids and you teach them the fundamentals of the game, and how to listen, how to become a teammate. Everybody's got a role, and right now I don't know whether these kids will win a game. I mean, that's yet to be seen. We open up next Monday, but on Labor Day, but they're listening, they're paying attention, they're working their tail ends off for us, and I mean, that's the joy of it. I mean, it's gotten me excited again about football, and we're having a blast.
Well, as important as junior high and middle school football is, I think there's always, for those that follow the program, Rob, is that if you lose a game in middle school to win a game in high school, sometimes it's worth it. And for you to go and to teach those young kids, you may suffer some growing pains, but your main objective is when they go to Coach Allen in 10th grade, they know how to block and to tackle and to catch a football.
That's exactly right, and that's what I tell the kids. I mean, they don't have certain positions. We go out there, and when I get ready for the defense, we talk the whole defense over, because we don't know whether this kid's going to be a safety or a nose guard or a defensive end or a linebacker when he gets junior or senior. And so I'm going to try to teach them the whole game of football, and Coach Parent, Coach Freeman, Coach Shelton do a great job also, and they're fun to be around, and then that's what we transfer them right on to the next level. Coach Allen's got them, and those guys, and hopefully they know something or have at least heard it. Let's put it that way, and know what their role is, and know the whole concept of the game.
Well, your role not only is that of an assistant athletic director and football coach, but when I knew Rob, as he came to Ponca City, there was a skinny little boy that came with him, and his son, and he was the ball boy, and then all of a sudden you look up, and now you've got a son that's a junior in high school, and another role is the parent of a high school football player, which it kind of changes everything on Fridays. You went from worrying about everything to you wanted your team to win, but you're worried about that number 17 out
Yeah,
there.
you're right. That's right. And the good part about that is, Phil, Saturday morning they had practice, and I just went in and woke him up, and I just went and mowed. I didn't have that old stress headache of what we got to do today and all that. And it's fun watching them, watch him grow up through the years, and out there for a while I just figured he was going to be an offensive lineman. Then he shot up, and he's about 6'2", about 175, 180 now, and the bottom line is, it's fun to watch. And I've got to know all these kids in his class and the ones up in front of him and behind him anyway, because they all come over and we have a good time. We talk football and I'll see him at school. But it's a great feeling to sit there and watch a kid out there, and whether he plays a bunch, who knows? Whether he doesn't, he's part of the team. So that's the main thing, and then plus he's getting a great education. So here in Ponca, so it's fun.
Well, the Ponca City Wildcats were under the guidance of Coach Frey as an assistant or head coach for several years, and Rob was a part of those Brett Wilson circus days where we'd throw for 500 or 600 yards every Friday night, and we'd have scores in the 40s and 50s for both sides. They were a lot of fun. But Rob Frey can say one thing: you were a coach at the Oil Bowl, the very last Oil Bowl game, Coach.
Well, that's true. 2012, I think it was, and we went down there and beat those Texas people and had a blast doing it. And it is what it is. I had some trouble managerial wise and money wise with the Shriners. I don't know the whole deal, but we did. I got elected, and that's what means a bunch is if my peers around the state elected me at the region meeting to do that. And we went down there for a week, and it was totally amazing. The kids that we met and recruited, and that's what we had to do. We had to sit there and have meetings and call them up and all that, and you make friends for life in that. I've had kids call me that are just going to school, OU, South Dakota. One called me last week from South Dakota and asked how things were going, and those are the things about coaching that you have fun with. The all-star games, the all-state games, and just getting to know kids.
Coach, your office is in the beautiful Robson Fieldhouse, which is one of the last big athletic structures that we built at Ponca City High School and then refurbished a couple of years back. And you don't have to get as elaborate as you want to on this, but we do have a bond issue that will help our sports programs. And I know that for those involved in sports, including someone that is an assistant athletic director, you see how those benefit our student athletes.
Oh, it does. It's an amazing, right now we got the new bathrooms. They're just getting finished up, and the new concession stand. They're gorgeous out there. And I went in them the other day. I don't know if I was supposed to. I didn't have them hard hat on, but if it hits me in the head, I guess if it hits me in the head, I'll just go on. But it was after hours, so I'll probably get into trouble here. But we need everybody to come out and vote yes for the bond issue. It's going to help the band, the music people. Every kid in the high school is going to have opportunity to be part of it. So it's and we got to stay with the times. That's it. And you look around at all the places in Oklahoma, the facilities that they have and all that, and the old press box upstairs. I'm gonna let you guys walk up there because it might just fall totally apart. It's in bad shape, and my fat tail end doesn't need to be up there walking around. I'll let your skinny little fart tail end go around. But
what'd you say?
Yeah. But good Lord, it's for the kids. That's what it's all about, and these are the best of the best, and we need your vote.
But you mentioned the press box, which is one of the things that'll get attention. But you also mentioned something real important, and you've coached everywhere from the southeastern corners. You've got friends everywhere, and I go to all these press boxes, and no matter how much we preach it, Ponca City is a bit behind when it comes to football facilities.
We are, and what'll happen? It's just going to dress the place up. They're going to put a new fence around the new ticket booths and all that, and it's just an eyesore on some things. When you go around, because I've been Class A to 6A, and the press box is fine. We don't need a big elaborate press box. We just need some something where there's not holes in the wall, and you know that it's terrible up there, and you know, where everything's plugged in right, and we don't have wires stuck out everywhere, and you know, it'll just be a good thing, and the kids will play better because of the new facilities.
And that also is included in a weight facility as well.
Yes.
And every coach will tell you that, you know, that's one of the real keys to building your programs is those weight facilities. Well, besides being the Oil Bowl coach the last year, your daughter was also the football homecoming queen. So I guess you have two claims to fame. So.
Well, I guess that's it. Yeah, that's probably the most important, you know. And it, you know, I never. It's just terrible, but you know, homecoming's going on and all that stuff. But as a coach, you don't get to watch homecoming. You got other things going on, and you're trying to get kids ready. So I went out there that day, and you know, when she got homecoming, and I don't even know what year it was. It was a year our daughters graduated, but I have no clue when that was, 6-7 years ago. But you know, I went up, you know, heard her name being called, and went up and hugged her neck and started bawling like a baby, and all them other girls were going, God, Coach Frey's crying, you know. So, I mean, that's a big deal. So, you know, and now she's on her own. I wish she'd be off the checkbook a little bit more, but, you know, she's down in Norman working at an advertising agency, and, you know, that's kind of the way you feel about yours, too. Wish she'd get off the checkbook a little bit more, but it's, you know, we still love them.
Yeah. For the record, it was 2009, by the way. Okay. And absolutely good to see you. Great job. I always enjoy going over and visiting with one of my closest friends. And if you get a chance, go by and see Coach Frey at the Allen Robson Fieldhouse or see him at the ball fields. For Chris Adams and for Coach Frey, Phil Turney.